The moon hung low over the jungle canopy, casting pale silver light across the clearing. It was there that the adventurers stumbled upon a strange sight. A lake shrouded in thick, glowing mist. Unlike ordinary water, its surface shimmered with an otherworldly glow, rippling softly as though it were alive. Kai's eyes widened, and he rushed forward, torch in hand, nearly tripping over exposed roots in his excitement. Look at this! The lake is glowing. This must be the path to treasure, he exclaimed, the light of his torch flickering against the mist. His voice carried both excitement and hunger for discovery, like a child staring at a mountain of candy. Behind him, Luna followed at a slower pace. Her silver hair glimmered faintly in the moonlight as she frowned at the glowing surface. With arms folded across her purple cloak, she sighed, unimpressed. Or it could be the path to disaster. Don't you think it looks a little too unnatural? Kai ignored her, leaning dangerously close to the shore as the fog curled around his boots. The mist felt oddly warm, a stark contrast to the cool night air, and he shivered despite himself. The forest around them grew eerily silent, as though the animals knew better than to approach. Rex trudged up behind them, his hammer clanking against his back. HMPH, looks like just another puddle with fancy lighting. Probably nothing but swamp gas, he grunted, though even he couldn't keep the unease out of his tone. Iris adjusted the bow on her back, her green ponytail swaying as she crouched beside the water. Her sharp eyes studied the lake's surface, noting how the ripples formed patterns, perfect circles that never overlapped, as though following some invisible rule. No, she muttered, more to herself than to the others. This is no swamp gas. It's something else. The only one unbothered by the tension was Milo, the orange fox. He barked happily, wagging his tail, and bounded toward the mist. Milo, wait, Kai called, but the pup only sniffed the glowing fog and sneezed, shaking his head before rolling in the grass nearby. The group gathered at the shoreline, staring out into the glowing abyss. The lake stretched farther than they could see, the mist obscuring its end. It was beautiful, mysterious, and deeply unsettling all at once. None of them knew it yet, but the night by this strange lake was about to be unforgettable. Curiosity got the better of them, and Rex, never one to stand idle, decided to test the waters literally. He bent down, picked up a hefty blocky stone, and tossed it with all his strength into the lake. Instead of sinking with a splash, the stone landed with a faint hum, floated on the surface, and began spinning like a toy top. Everyone froze. Stones don't do that, Rex muttered, scratching his beard. His tough demeanor faltered for the first time that night. Kai's eyes lit up with excitement. See, I knew it. This lake is magical, it's a gateway to treasure. He leaned closer, practically falling in, until Luna yanked him back by the collar. Or maybe it's a gateway to our doom, she snapped. Did you forget the glowing statue last time? Iris laughed softly, though her eyes never left the spinning stone. Well, Rex, at least now we know you've discovered a new law of physics. Rocks float when dipped in glowing lakes. Not funny, Rex shot back, though he couldn't help but smile. He tossed another stone in. It too floated, spinning in perfect synchronization with the first. The two stones orbited each other, creating small waves that shimmered like liquid emeralds. Milo, of course, barked and jumped forward, his paws splashing against the surface. To everyone's shock, the fox didn't sink either. He bounced once on the glowing water, landing on the shore again, tail wagging furiously as though this were the greatest game in the world. Kai gasped. Milo can walk on it. This lake is definitely enchanted. Rex crossed his arms. Or maybe the lake just likes dogs better than humans. The group laughed nervously, though the unease never quite left their expressions. If stones and foxes could float, what else lay hidden beneath the misty veil of the lake? Suddenly, the lake began to bubble. Dozens of air pockets broke the surface at once, releasing eerie pops that echoed into the silent forest. The glowing mist thickened, curling higher into the air. Something's coming, Kai shouted, stumbling back. He raised his torch like a weapon, even though it shook in his hands. Rex hefted his hammer, his stance wide and ready. Finally, a real fight. Iris pulled out her bow, an arrow knocked and aimed at the water. Her heart pounded as the bubbles multiplied, the entire lake now roiling as though boiling from below. Luna whispered a protective incantation, her eyes glowing faintly. Then, with a loud splash, the truth was revealed. Out of the water hopped frogs glowing. Blocky frogs that croaked happily as their bodies pulsed with green and blue light. They bounced clumsily along the shore, leaving trails of faintly glowing footprints behind them. Everyone blinked. Are you kidding me? Rex dropped his hammer with a groan. Luna let out an exasperated sigh. All that for frogs. Glowing frogs. Kai laughed nervously, lowering his torch. I knew it was nothing. I wasn't scared at all. Nope, totally. Expected glowing frogs. His voice cracked, betraying him instantly. Iris smirked, lowering her bow. Sure, Kai, you were definitely brave. Just like when you screamed louder than Milo. The fox barked, as if agreeing, then bounded after the frogs, wagging his tail as they hopped in random directions. One frog croaked loudly, startling Kai again, and the others burst into laughter. The supposed great danger of the glowing lake had turned into one of the silliest sights they had ever witnessed. As the frogs hopped around, Milo seized his chance for mischief. He pounced, gently catching one glowing frog in his mouth, not to eat it, but to play. With the frog perched comfortably on his head like a crown, Milo strutted proudly along the shore, chest puffed out, tail wagging like a banner in the wind. The group froze, then burst into uncontrollable laughter. Look at him, Iris said, nearly falling over as she pointed. Milo's the king of frogs now. Rex laughed so hard he had to lean on his hammer for support. Forget treasure, this is the real prize. Milo and his glowing crown. Luna pinched the bridge of her nose, though even she couldn't hide a small smile. Honestly, sometimes I wonder why we even bother. He solves everything without trying. Kai finally stopped laughing long enough to wipe his eyes. You know what? Maybe the real treasure was Milo all along. The fox barked proudly, parading in front of them with his glowing crown frog, completely oblivious to how ridiculous he looked. The frogs around him croaked like a chorus, as if hailing their new king. The team sat down by the shore, still chuckling as the mist swirled around them. For all the tension and mystery of the glowing lake, the night had ended in laughter and absurdity. They had no treasure, no answers, but they had Milo, and somehow, that was enough. Would you camp by this glowing lake at night?